system.
There is so much going on right now, I can't even...
Holy bananas, it's the holidays and shit.
Holy... Was that a Jamaican Scot?
I have no idea. It was just the holy
You
bananas
listen
of
to
it
me,
all.
Irie man.
It was an...
Hey, listen,
Yeah,
in
it was an Irish
Jamaica...
Jamaican.
I'm a Jamaican man, listen to me.
Holy bejesus.
Big, giant Jamaican man, waiting for you, love.
Yeah.
Give me some of your sweet loving there, lass.
That's how I feel.
So you asked
Overwhelmed.
our friend Tovin about how you looked. And I thought it was very interesting because Tovin, without knowing my secret technology on how to answer that question, he applied it correctly.
He did. He
So-
did perfect.
So you said,
I said, Tobin, do I look okay?
Tovin, our friend and cameraman, paused
Looked at me.
Looked at you, paused about a second and a half.
No, it's like...
It wasn't 3.
No, it's 2.5.
2, yeah, it's got to be between a almost bordering
It's like
on 2
1
seconds.
3/4 and 2.5 seconds.
So
So it's the right amount of time for a man to
There's
take
a
before
technology.
answering. Because if... Do you want me to...
No, we get
You
no,
finish.
Okay, sorry.
Go ahead.
Yep. No, go ahead.
No, you should answer it because you're the man.
Well, here's the thing. If you take too long, the girl gets introverted and upset. If you answer too fast, she knows you didn't look. So most women and men on earth don't realize that there is a subliminal amount of time that's microscopic of how to answer that question. How do I look?
And fellas, you can really avoid big, giant, annoying, for no reason at all fights before going out to dinner with your,
Big giant gaps in getting blowjobs by answering this correctly. So well done, Tovin, because if you
Here,
had
let's
taken...
act it out for them. Let's give them. Let's show them an example. Okay.
Okay.
So
Wait, should we do it wrong first?
we're gonna do both wrong ways.
Okay, this is the wrong. This is
And here's the way if you answer too soon. Okay.
okay.
Honey, do I look okay?
Yeah.
Well, you didn't even fucking look at me.
No, I said you look great. What do you mean?
Well, you didn't look. You didn't actually.
No, I looked. I looked at you. I said you look fine.
See, so
Doesn't
there you
go-
have a
doesn't
fight,
work.
and then you're driving, and you're
Okay, good.
annoyed, and then you show up at dinner, and your friends are there, and then it's all awkward, and you have a fucked up night because you rushed the answer.
Had a
fella.
few of those happen recently, but that's
Okay.
unimportant.
Now, here's the other way to do it wrong. Should we let the plane go by
Oh
first?
yeah, okay. We're letting the plane go by. They can't ever hear them. There was a gardener blowing practically.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they didn't hear.
Okay, fine. Ready?
Yeah. Here we
Honey,
go.
do I look okay?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah. No, I said yeah. You look great.
What were you thinking about?
Nothing. I was just.
Why did you take a year to answer?
I didn't. I was looking at you. You asked how I needed to look.
Yeah, but you were like...
No, you look great. You look fantastic.
You look
I love the
long.
sweater. No blowjob.
So do you not like my hair?
No
What is
blowjob.
it?
Blowjob gone.
Why did you take so long?
Blowjob gone.
See?
Okay, so let's do this right.
Now
so
we're
they
gonna
got-
show you the right way to do it.
It's microscopic. You got to understand. It's all about understanding time. Time is an important thing in relationships. Time is everything. All right, here we go.
And I just want to say, though, the correct amount of time, but with some sincerity. Because we can pick up the bullshit.
All men,
So,
yeah.
Ready?
You can't be bullshit either. But it's a timing.
Like, we don't want
Very
to see your
precise.
lips going.
Can't count.
Like, we don't want
Can't
to see
count
your
it.
lips counting.
You can't count it. You can't count. You can't have the right time, but then count.
Yeah.
All right, so here we go.
Yeah. Ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Honey, do I look okay?
Yeah, you look great.
Thank you.
Yeah, you look great. Now, play that back for yourselves. You see, I gave it a pause. I could have even done another half a beat. I sort of jumped the gun. I didn't want, but it was
good.
it was
It
enough
was
time
appropriate.
to give her a second that I've looked at her, and I think she looks spectacular. It doesn't matter. Oh, and men, it doesn't matter whether she does or not. There is only one fucking right answer to that question. You never say no.
Yeah, don't give your opinion.
It's not. Let me make this clear. It's not the timing for whether or not you say yes or no. There is only one answer of yes. It's the timing of when you say yes. That's really fucking important.
That's an important point. I'm glad you made that point.
Yeah. Do I look fat in this? Has only one answer. No. But if you say, here, do it wrong.
Okay.
Yeah.
Honey, do I look fat in this? No, you went too long.
I know. That was the wrong way.
Yeah, it was too long.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, God, he's seeing something.
I know that. I'm telling you, that's wrong. Now.
Oh, okay.
Now do
Okay,
the.
now do the too fast one.
Do the fast
Honey,
one?
do I
Okay.
look fat in this?
No.
Well, now you're just saying that because you don't want to answer the
It's not believable. All right. So the right way.
Okay, ready?
Wait.
Honey, do I look fat in this?
No, you look great.
He was a little fast. You rushed that one just a little bit.
Because it got into a little. When you're getting into weight, it gets a touchy area, and
Yeah.
I jumped the gun a little bit. Let's try it again.
Well, the worst thing, even worse than what we're showing them, and this is what you've done, like, don't ask me questions questions like that.
Why the fuck do they ask?
Don't say that, though.
Why do they fucking ask?
Because then I go, well, if I'm like on my skinnier side and looking extra hot,
why the
you
fuck
don't
do they
say
ask?
that to me.
Why do
So
they
it's
ask?
Only if you have a concern about my fucking weight.
That's
that
like-
you would say, don't ask me that.
There
Why
is
would you
no,
wanna
there's
answer?
no way to. That's like.
This requires me eating some
That's
chocolate
like.
with caramel.
So, do you still beat animals? You're like, I never did beat. Wait, do I still? There's no. You don't answer. There's no way to answer the question. It's already a wrong question. Yeah.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
So, honey, do I look fat in this?
Ah, you look great.
No, that was too fat.
I'm not honestly. This one I'm starting to question it. I can't. I don't like the fat one. Let's do it again. I'm getting nervous on it because it's so sensitive. Here, okay, Okay, go ahead.
You know he's got a thing on it when he starts inviting me to work out with him. That's what he does. And I'm like, oh, because he sees that I put on 10 pounds.
No.
I don't fucking care.
No.
It's the holidays. Isn't it?
No, that's not true. It's not true. That's fucking good caramel.
Diversion technique.
Oh,
Ready?
look,
Hey,
airplane.
do I look fat in this?
I'm doing it all wrong, everybody.
That was just
I had this down. I'm telling you, I really had this down.
I like how you started at the beginning of the podcast with you're the master of your technique, and now you're completely falling victim.
I was the fucking Tony Robbins of this question. And I have completely gone haywire. I'm so fucking freaked out about this. The weight one gets me. And now I'm questioning the timing.
Okay, how about this? Ready?
Yeah.
Well, we already did it right. We don't have to do it again.
Okay.
It was the weight one we were trying to show them how
Yeah,
to do it.
because
You can't do it.
I can't do it. I can't do it. I think.
Here's how you answer. Let me think of the best.
Oh, I have it. Let me try it. I think I know.
All right.
Yeah.
Honey, do I look fat in this?
I'm not even going to answer that because you always look fucking amazing. So I don't even want the question. You always
No,
look amazing.
no, it's not good. No.
That's not good?
No.
Too
It's
much.
trying way too hard.
Trying way too hard? Trying way too hard? Fuck. Okay, let me try it again.
Plus, you answered like so fast.
Let me try it again. Go ahead.
You have to do like a number one.
Let me ask you.
No, here's how it goes. Number one, you look fucking great.
Okay.
Number two,
Yeah.
you look so great. We're gonna have some fun later. That's
all got to be in the answer?
That's the answer.
All right, so I'm going to ask you since about me and you get it, okay? Yeah, it's not. I tell you, it's not so easy on the. Okay, ready?
Hey,
honey, I feel like I'm getting like a little bit of a love handle thing. Do you feel like I'm gaining like a little bit of weight in the stomach? I want to kill myself. I want to go on a diet and kill myself. That's horrible. That's horrible. That was fucking horrible. I'm telling you, it's a panic thing, isn't it? The panic set in, didn't it? The panic set in, didn't it? That was horrible. You shanked that one into the fucking lake. You shanked that one into the fucking lake.
I did because I was like, well,
I know. This is the life of a guy. It's because you feel the panic.
So then the ladies, we just can't ask him that.
He's
not
ask
our
questions.
target audience.
You
He's
can't
not
ask
our
a guy
public for that question.
Not for weight. I think like are these boots okay or is my makeup fine? Yeah,
Like,
but
is
not
my hair
weight.
look okay?
Yeah, because all those are all things you can change.
The weight, you can't just like slice it off before you run out the door.
If you're gaining a little bit on the hefty side, that's until there's some stuff done. That's that. There's nothing. There's no changes that are going to happen. You're not going to be like, oh, let me just.
Well, like, okay, ask me again about your loving handles.
Okay. Hey Jenna, I feel like I'm getting a little bit of a love handle thing. Do you feel like I'm getting like a little heavy there?
Well, I think you look great. Gives me something to hang on to.
The first part of it was not good. The second part of it was your saving grace. Like giving something to love to hang on to. I liked.
You actually like that?
I did. It was the first part where you look down at it. And
well, you're asking me about it.
Yeah, but
so
you
I
had a
have to look
slight
at it.
grimace. You had like a slight
Like
grimace.
a,
Yeah, you're like, eh. But then you're like, but then if you end it with like, hey, that's just more to hold on to when I'm riding that horsey.
See, I wouldn't want you to say that to me though.
Oh, that's
You're like, that's just more for me to hold on to. I'd be like, go fuck yourself.
like, oh yeah, you're gaining a little weight. That's just more pushing for the cushion. That's not going to go well.
No.
Tobin, no, not pushing for the cushion. They don't like that. No good. Okay. No, I think that there's no win on this one.
I think, ladies, we know what we look like, and we don't need to ask our man if we're fat.
I agree.
Because that's rude.
And here's the next part.
I think we just shouldn't ask you because it's just like that's a no-win, and then we set ourselves up for the fight. Like if we have a fight based off that question, it's our fault.
That's right. I agree.
And the only way that a man can answer that successfully is, honey, you're fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
Period. That's like and you count to 2 and say, honey, you're fucking beautiful. Or if you don't like to say the F word,
It's not a full 2. It's like 1.75.
Honey.
It's a beat and a half.
Yeah, it's like 1 3/4 seconds.
Yeah.
You're beautiful.
Yeah.
And we're going to have a great night.
That's presumptuous, though, isn't it?
Well, if they're going out to dinner, they're going to have a great night.
Oh, I went immediately to sex.
Of course you did.
I went immediately to sex. You made me think of something. Now I can't remember what it was, but it had to do with the asking of questions and I know what it was. It was weight. The whole fucking thing is all lopsided with weight with women anyway, because all the fashion magazines, they make the women look like skinny men. So, I think the whole
And if you look
template,
at paintings, it's just a cultural thing. It's not like truth. Do you know what I mean? It's the whole weight obsession it's a temporary cultural ebb and flow. It's completely, and in other countries, the body shape is considered different per region in terms of what's beautiful and who sets that standard. And I think, I think we all just have to be alert to the fact that it's temporary. Like, these standards are not like axiomatic truths of how a woman should look. I think we all should exercise because our bodies are supposed to exercise. And I think we should eat as healthy as possible. I think the 20-pound range is not a make or break in terms of your position in society.
I just want to say I don't want my women to look like my friend's 15-year-old son.
Yeah,
which is
totally.
how they all fucking look on the fashion magazines. They all look like teenage boys.
Yeah, it's gross.
But then there's girls that actually have bodies like that actually are naturally slight. I mean, like Mara Rooney, I think, is on a magazine recently. Or she's a slight girl. She's a small.
Yeah, but it has a different vibe. When you see girls that look like that and they're naturally that way.
Totally okay. Different.
But it doesn't, you don't get the vibe of like that they're starving themselves to look that way.
Yeah.
The ones that look that way because they are doing something unnatural to achieve that, you can perceive that.
I want to segue this into food and the holidays and why I fucking hate Christmas.
Okay.
I fucking hate Christmas. I hate it. So it's Christmas time. If you're watching this,
it's my most favorite time of the year.
I hate it.
I love it.
And I understand why you love it. And I don't feel that that's wrong. I just feel...
I'm a friendly, loving person.
But I feel like I get drawn over to these... I don't like sitting around with fattening, fucked up food for 10 hours sitting around doing nothing and talking. It makes me crazy. And Christmas Day has become like, well, let's just all sit around...
it's like a day, right? Like, guaranteed don't have to do anything.
Yeah,
but I actually have a day off.
Can't I get to go somewhere else and do something different? Like, you make me do it with you. I don't want to sit around and eat food all day and do nothing. I want to go for a hike or go to a movie or do something creative. Like, I can't, the sitting around just chatting thing with food, I can't stand. It's I get...
So let me tell you something, baby.
Sure, sweetheart.
Baby Prince.
Yes.
It's one day a year.
Yeah.
Buck up.
Yeah.
And enjoy the time with family and be a fucking gentleman.
Yeah.
And get your head out of your selfish ass.
Yeah.
And be benevolent.
I know.
And find something to admire.
You're getting a little high horse. It started on the weight thing, and now you're in this. I just want to tell you you're a little bit soapbox. And I just want to let you know it's going there. Your cackles are a little up, and we're supposed to have fun with this. And when your cackles get up, we don't have fun.
I'm having a lot of fun.
Okay, well, seems a little tense. Okay, that's fine.
It's just been 25 years.
Okay, yeah,
you being an asshole on Christmas.
I'd rather go see Star Wars.
You saw Star Wars last night.
I'd rather go see it again.
Yourself.
I didn't go by myself.
Who'd you go with?
I went with like 20 girls. No, I went with my friend David.
You and David saw Star Wars?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I liked it. Are you going to see it?
Of course I'm going to see it.
Have you ever seen the original?
Yes. I was in the movie theater. It was Empire Strikes Back, wasn't it? With a long, long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
It's every one of them.
Oh, it's every one of them. Okay.
Yeah.
Well...
No, go ahead.
You want me to ask you about Barbie?
No, Barbie, it's not the same thing.
I remember seeing that in the theater. I think it was actually Return of the Jedi.
Okay, good. That's good. And what did you ever?
Loved it.
Did you ever actually see Star Wars, the first one, A New Hope, Part 4?
No.
Never saw it.
No. That came out later, right?
No. No, that's the first one.
A New Hope?
That's what it was called. 1977. George
I
Lucas's
was 6 years old.
Star Wars.
I didn't see that one. I was 6 years old.
Okay, but ever.
My parents did not take me to Star Wars when I was
Subsequently,
6 years
did you ever? So you've never actually seen Star Wars, the original Star Wars?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I saw Return of the Jedi and Empire Strikes Back.
Empire Strikes
and
Back.
Phantom Menace.
Yeah, you did. You and I went to the premiere of Phantom Menace.
Yeah.
Why
am I being attacked?
Well, I'm not attacking you. I just.
Yeah, you're threatening me.
You're just. It's
you're
you
doing
don't.
The whole domination.
There is a thing that's occurring right now where almost the entire American public is in an uproar about the Star Wars thing. But I think that this is important. I think you represent a lot of people, mostly girls, who really don't give a shit about it.
I do give a shit about it.
But you should.
It's not a religious experience for me.
Yeah,
but
it was a big deal for me. It was a big deal last night. It was a big deal. I was shaking in my chair.
Well, that's good for you. Why do I?
You don't
have to have the same.
I just think it's interesting, right? Like that a lot of girls really don't give a shit about it, and
you weren't shaking in your boots to see the documentary fall issue.
The fall issue,
September
it's
issue
an issue about Anna Wintour and Vogue. Yeah, I saw that. I loved it. Yes, I did.
When?
I saw it maybe 6 months ago.
Where?
On iTunes. I rented it.
I saw it in the theater. And I was shaking out of enthusiasm because I have a 12.
It's amazing.
I have a 12 crates full fashion magazine collection going back to like the early 90s.
It's amazing what she has to go through to get that issue out. How much goes into it, and it follows her around. And you see her house, and you see how people have to bring all the things to her, and she's very particular and persnickety. And
so I just want to know.
Yeah.
Am I somehow in trouble or deficient if I haven't seen them all? Like I didn't see like Star Wars and
Here's actually the interesting. I actually want to show you Star Wars. I want to sit you down with the kids and show you the original Star Wars movie.
Great.
That'd be fucking awesome.
Yeah, that would be really fun.
No, here's the thing. I was being a prick, but it actually, who gives a shit? It's just a movie.
Well, I don't know. You're acting as if I'm betraying a social obligation.
I know. I was trying to like out you to the crowd. But the fact is that most...
I have an appreciation and love for Star Wars.
Yeah, I know. And most women really don't care. Like, does your girl care too much, Tobin? Yeah. Shmeh, right? Most women are kind of shmeh. Not all women. I know I'm going to get tagged and harassed by the women that were there on opening night. But yeah, most women don't really care.
A lot of. I wouldn't say most.
I would say most. I would say most women don't care.
Survey. Yeah. Was the theater filled with evenly boys and girls last night?
No, it was mostly men. Almost entirely, a few guys clearly brought their girlfriends or whatever. Brought them along.
Just on Instagram the whole time?
Yeah. No, I was kind of being pricky, but who cares?
It's okay. The trailer looks amazing.
It's
I would
great.
love to see it.
Well, here's the great thing: is the new hero of the entire series is a female lead.
Yes.
Daisy.
The character Rey.
That's right. The character Rey. Daisy something. Mm-hmm. What is it? Daisy something. She's great.
Daisy.
She's a dancer, I think. She was a dancer. Mm. Good gams, good legs. Mm-hmm.
Glad you noticed that.
Of course I noticed it. I was so impressed that they got someone that didn't look all... I don't know. She didn't...
Careful.
Well, I mean that there are movies that cast actresses because they're just hot, and then the acting is wooden. Mm-hmm. And I thought she was spectacular and alive, and oh my gosh, she sounds exactly like Keira Knightley. And
really?
And talks like her and sounds like her. You would think... There's a point in the movie where you think they had Keira Knightley do the
voiceover.
The voiceover.
You close your eyes, you would just.
Oh no! And even the way that Keira does the mouth thing, like no. She does that too.
Wow!
But she's great, and I'm so stoked that she's the hero of the films.
I was saying to the kids, or was it to your mom? I think it was to your mom, but we were with the kids. I said, no, it wasn't to your mom. Doesn't matter at all.
No, it doesn't.
I said, watch now in this next year how many girls are going to be named Rey, R-E-Y, because of this character.
Oh, that's badass. Or Daisy, too.
Yeah.
It can go either way.
Yeah.
So we still haven't really announced the thing that we're going to announce to you guys. I think we're going to do it at the beginning of the year. So we're at the end of the 2015 year.
Happy holidays.
And I think we're going to take a bit of a holiday break after this podcast. And then in 2016, we'll do a little announcement for you guys. It's kind of exciting.
And I'm wearing my holiday sweater that I got.
Yeah, it is really cute.
You like it?
Yeah, it's really cute.
Thanks.
Oh my God, I answered that perfectly without even thinking about it.
See, it was so good.
Oh my God.
You really are a good husband.
I am a good husband.
Yeah. You got a thick head sometimes. Boy, it's like I'm talking to someone with an IQ of 15.
You're damn right.
Certain
You're
issues.
damn right I got a thick head, and that's why.
Why are you defending your thick... Oh, my God. That is so bad.
And the look on her face when she didn't get it.
Great joke.
And the look on your face when you didn't get it is priceless. Oh, God, I'm going to get a fucking screenshot of that, and it's going to be my screensaver. The moment where you're like that, I'm going to get a fucking screensaver of that.
Defending your thick head.
Also, why do you want to bring up dog dick during sex today?
I brought up dog dick during sex.
What's the... By the way, your dog is out of control. Your dog is out of control. Do you guys remember the last episode? Do you remember the last episode of what happened? Do you remember the trouble Jenna got into because of the dog? Does anybody... This is episode number 37, I think. Go back to number 36 and just gander a few minutes of what happened to our friendship with some dear people because of Jenna bringing a dog to a party. Cut to, 2 nights ago, Jenna brought a dog to another party.
And it didn't go well.
The
second I walked in, and this girl was at that other party too, by the way. She's a dear friend of ours. But...
so hard for me
to wait, should we back up and tell why I...
No. And let's just go with the good part of the story.
Why I felt the need to bring him?
Oh, yeah. You gotta go into the whole story about our high fucking maintenance dog.
But even prior to that, I know why he's high maintenance, and it's all your fault.
Oh, it is, huh?
Yeah, it's totally your fault.
My fault that
I had an orderly, very well-behaved dog. Then I went out of town for a little while. He started bringing the dog everywhere with no leash. And the dog got very high on himself, thinking that he has a higher position in the family than he really does, and suddenly became totally a behavior problem, doesn't listen, fucking gets into shit, and and it's because you took away you actually elevated his position by, you go everywhere with him with no leash.
I think you're right, honey.
And he got all fucking high on himself, where before he was very disciplined. And I didn't even have to do it. He just came that way when we rescued him. He was just so happy to be here. I could bring him anywhere. He'd listen to me. I'd say, stay. He would stay. Now he's like, fuck you. I'm on the same level as you. Fuck you.
So here's what happened. Jenna was out of town, and I think she's right. Jenna was out of town, and I hadn't seen her in a while, and I'd been a super dad with the kids, and she was gone a fortnight. I just looked it up last night. That means 2 weeks. So excited about knowing that word.
I know what that means.
I didn't until last night. So she was gone a fortnight, and I pick her up at the airport with the kids. Kids fall asleep on the way back. We get to the house. I am so missing my wife spiritually and physically. I mean, next level. It had been 2 weeks, which I think is a long time for me. And so we came home, put the kids in their bed, and noticed that the dog was acting weird, and there was
that really, 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 really excited to see us, but then he never calmed down from it. He was just like
kept jumping up and down, like he was tweaking.
Like he couldn't.
I looked down on the ground, and there was an empty wrapper of 72% dark chocolate. And if you guys notice, I love dark chocolate. We keep dark chocolate in our house. 72%. I like dark chocolate, the really good stuff. Our dog got into a full bar.
And it wasn't like we're irresponsible and leave it laying around, because this is the third time.
This is the third time it's happened. So we keep the house.
It was a present under the tree, and he got into it. And
we didn't know it. Someone had given us a present. Someone had given me a present because I know I love dark chocolate. Didn't know it was dark chocolate. Put it under the tree with the other presents. He, of course, sniffed it out.
He was home all day by himself.
Broke into the dark chocolate, and for the third time in 6 months, our dog had to go to the vet to get his stomach pumped.
At 11:30 at night.
She'd just gotten back. She'd been in a plane all day.
I took him to a vet.
And all I wanted was some good loving.
So then I was at the vet until 1:30 in the morning.
Cost a fortune.
And then they said, go home. We want him to stay here overnight. Because his heart was like out of control.
240. It was beating 240 beats per minute.
It's supposed to be like between 80 and 120, 130, and it was 240.
He was tweaking. He looked like a meth. He was like...
It was like that. And then he... They had to pump his stomach. They had to give him medicine to slow his heart down. They gave him charcoal. So he was like all black. So then they said, okay, it's 1:30. They're like, just leave him here. And then, but you have to be back by 7:15, 7:30. No later than 7:30 to pick him up. And
what? And she's just gotten back in town.
And then I come back from the vet, and what did I do?
Well, so here's the thing. So here's the thing. So she came back from the vet, and she did give me the loving. I didn't expect it because I was like, she's got to be beyond exhausted. And here's my viewpoint about animals. I just want to make a little bit of an announcement right now.
Okay.
And I think I'm going to make some enemies here.
Oh,
I think that people have lost their fucking minds on their animals.
Yeah, it's gotten a little bit like they romance their animals. They treat their animals as if it's like.
So here's the thing, guys.
We love animals.
Here's the thing. We love animals. We've had animals our whole lives together and growing up. We rescue them from shelters. We are big. But here's the thing.
They're not your children.
They're not your children.
They're not humans.
The original purpose of a dog was to kind of keep track of the house and make sure that no coyotes got in. They're not your kids. So when our dog broke into the chocolate stash the other night for the third time in 6 months and was tweaking, and I was on the internet, and for those who don't know, chocolate is lethal to dogs. So
it's
that's
toxic. Their bodies cannot handle.
That's the backstory of that. So I'm on the internet looking at it, even though I already know the answer because he's already had his stomach pumped twice before that. So I was thinking in my head, you know what? I want to make love to my wife and go to bed. And I hope my dog lives through the night. I want him to live. I don't want my dog to die. I love my dog. But I'm not going to go to the vet at fucking midnight to spend a fortune to get a stomach pumped. And Jenna did. And I didn't begrudge her that decision. I was like, I can understand that you want to do that. I get it. I love you. I appreciate that. But if Jenna was not here and was out of town, all I could say is I love him and hope that he makes it through the night. I'm not going to treat my dog like a kid. If it was a kid, it would be immediate emergency room, and I would do anything in the world to help my child. My dog is not my child. If a dog is going to continue to eat things that kill him continuously, then I hope that my dog has a long and happy life, and if not, okay. So, because I want to tell the world that your animals are not your kids. I know that you hate me, but that's just my opinion. Do not think that you should mistreat animals. Animals should be treated humanely and kindly. We do everything in our family, in our lives, to make sure that all animals are treated humanely, but they're not your kids. And my dog is going to kill himself on chocolate? Well, then that's how that one goes down.
I don't have the same opinion.
And I admire my wife's humanity, so my wife chose at midnight to go to the vet and pay a fortune, get his stomach pumped, and then go back 4 hours later and pick him up, covered in vomit. So with that story,
still have a story. Okay, so
go get the dog now for a second and bring him here for the rest of the story, because it'll be. I think we're getting close to the end.
No, because he's so stinky.
So our dog still smells like vomit.
Made him puke. He smells so bad. He smells like toe jam, like really, really.
It's
bad.
Vomit. It's not toe jam. It's his vomit.
It smells like toe jam, like the worst, like bad toe jam.
He's a matty-haired, vomity.
I need to
dog
shorn because it's just like dreadlocks, and he's just gross, and I don't want to smell him. So
he's
I'm not
gross.
Gonna go get him. So anyhow, he was home. So this was the morning I had picked him up at the vet. He was at home. I had kept my eye on him. And I was watching him and monitoring his heart rate, and he was totally fine. And I was feeding him what they said to feed him, and it was all good. Then, in the middle of the day, we had to go out and do some things. So we left him here because I was like, he seems totally fine.
Had to go up. We decided to put all the presents under the tree on top of the mantle, just in case there was some more hidden chocolate gifts.
Yeah. And so then we had to go. We were going over to our friend's house, and also. What I thought was go have tacos with her and the kids sitting on the kitchen counter, cash. Okay,
so she brings.
So on the way back,
she brings vomit Tweaky dog.
We're out, and I was like, we should check on Rocco. I was like, let's just bring him because we're gonna be out all night.
She decides to bring vomit Tweaky dog
because I thought it was tacos in the kitchen.
Remember, go back and watch the podcast before this to see what happens when you bring your dog to nice events.
He didn't tell me it was a nice event. He gave me no information. So how am I supposed to maintain the grace of our family?
It was a super fancy dinner with a chef cooking.
Our friends. It was a holiday dinner. I had no fucking idea I'm in Ugg boots.
She walks in with no makeup, Ugg boots, and vomit dog.
And who set up? Who scheduled it?
And immediately the host.
But here, before you just drive me to the ground, can you just have a moment of self-deprecation?
I fucked up. I didn't say to my wife it was a fancy dinner because it was the person who told me kind of just threw it at me, and I didn't ask enough questions. Their parents were going to be there, very fancy chef. Everyone's dressed up. It's the kind of thing. It's the kind of thing where you bring like a nice bottle of wine or a gift. Jenna arrived in Uggs with vomit dog
and no makeup.
And. Right away, the host of the house was like, "Oh yeah, we don't."
She's like, "Oh, you know what? My dad doesn't like."
Yeah, we don't like dogs running around their house.
Around
no, not okay.
oh, because I thought it was going to be casual. I'd put him in the, oh, here's the other thing. I was going to put him just in the backyard. I'm like, okay, I scoop him up, I take him outside, and it starts raining.
Yeah.
So now I have to put him in their office, which
Wet
is where
vomit dog
friend and mom are doing all the Christmas wrapping, and his smell fills the room.
He smells like, like a bathroom of a bar. it's just vomit. So anyway.
Because I didn't have a chance to clean him yet.
So I, of course, my anus clamped up completely because it was the second time this has happened in so many weeks.
It was a setup. I was set up to fail.
My fucking sphincter went, and Jenna was now embarrassed because vomit dog wasn't really allowed in the house. And anyway,
So then
fucking
we're making love.
So we're making love before the podcast today, which thank you for that.
You're welcome.
And we're in bed in nature's clothes. We're butt naked, and she just is feeling yummy and warm, and I'm kissing her, and she decides that she wants to regale me with a story about what happened at the vet, about her dog's hard-on at the vet.
No, I asked the vet a question about something I had observed on Rocco that was odd
Understand,
to me.
we are buck naked in bed. And not just buck naked, I am on top, and we are on the launch pad. We were on the kissy part right before launch. We are countdown T-5.
And I said,
she fucking does this all the time. What'd you say there, honey?
I was like, oh my God. I asked the vet when I was at the vet with Rocco, because I saw the other day that he had these 2 round balls sticking out from his belly just below his penis shaft. And I was like, what the fuck? Because he's fixed. He doesn't have balls. And I asked him, I said, it was so funny because it was like 1 a.m. with the vet, and there was like this awkward moment where the vet's like having to explain, oh, well, he had a hard on, and so the balls come up. And he goes into this thing, it's the docking mechanism between a female dog and a male dog.
So Jenna's telling you the entire story.
I felt that it was relevant because we were about to dock.
She does it every day. So I'm always like, oh yeah, tell me more about the fucking dog dick. Oh yeah, no, give it to me. So no, describe it slowly because I'm like a rod right now, ready to just go. Oh man, I want more dog dick stories right before I have sex with my wife.
Really, really hard.
Then she laughed hard, and then she got emotional, and then she got even warmer and more flushed with emotion, and she just became cuter. But then and scene. All right, we'll see you guys after the new year. Have
a great holiday
with exciting news.
And
we love you guys.
Can I say one thing to everybody?
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to be in. Because I was having a conversation with a friend of mine the other day, and she was telling me about the family members she has to be around that she doesn't necessarily get along with. And the way she was saying it is her whole holiday season and time off is going to be ruined because of the being around this person. Mm-hmm. And I just want to say...
good one.
Have your integrity about what you put your attention on. And don't let yucky family members ruin it for you. It's your holiday.
Yeah, have a good time.
So you can be gracious and have good manners, but don't let them ruin your holidays. Have a great time. It's your time off. Happy holidays.